Hello everyone. We will going to discuss the supply chain management. So what is supply chain management? SCM involves the coordination of all supply activities of an organization from its suppliers and delivery of products to its customers. So kaning supply chain management is involve ang iyahang supply activities from ordering of raw materials to manufacturing a product and hangtod sa pag-distribute sa finished products sa ilahang mga customers. So this is um, the figure sa supply chain management. There are two sides, the buy side e-commerce and the sell side e-commerce. So ang buy side gitawag po siya nga upstream supply chain. So upstream supply chain, diri ang side is the transaction between the supplier to its manufacturing company or organization. So diri nabutang ang pag-ordering of mga raw materials. So there are one or more nga suppliers sa isa ka manufacturing company because daghan siya mga gamiton para ana nga mga products nga iyang i-manufacture. So diri po sa downstream supply chain or the sell side is the transaction between sa manufacturing company hangtod sa iyahang customers. So diri siya sell side e-commerce because the selling of products na sa mga customers niya, first tier customers and the second tier customers. Diri sa figure B is included na iyang mga intermediaries. So mora gyapon siya, pero kani simplified view lang ni siya, and kani is included na iyang mga intermediaries, which is kaning mga intermediaries is mga sales agent or mga tao nga nagaprocess aning nga mga activities. So diri ang intermediaries is pag-ordering sa raw materials, and diri the distribution sa mga products na nila. So this is an example of the supply chain sa Coca-Cola Company. Na siya'y second tier suppliers, first tier suppliers. So iyang second tier suppliers are vanilla flavoring, cherry flavoring. So after nila ni ma-supply is ila na dayong himuon into syrup flavoring sa ilahang soft drinks. Of course, water suppliers and the carbon dioxide suppliers. And the glass factory and aluminum factory sa ilahang packaging facility like bottles, labeling of products, and mga plastics. So, after anang pag-ordering na sa mga raw materials is i-manufacture na dahil itong mga soft drinks like Coke, Royal, Sprite, and tanan nga products sa Coca-Cola. So, after ato pag-manufacture sa mga finished products nila is ibutang na nila sa warehouse nila. So, nadiri tanan ang finished products, and after ato is i-process na din siya for distribution sa ilang first tier customers. So ilang first tier customers are the retailers. So retailers are supermarkets, convenience stores, and even kanang mga gagmay nga mga tindahan. And the vending machines, kay napoy mga vending machines nga like sa Gawas International. And the second tier customers is kita na ni nga naga-consume sa ilang products. There are also push and pull supply chain models. It is a change in supply chain thinking of a manufacturing company and also sa marketing communications thinking. So it is the move from push models of selling to pull models or even combined push and pull approaches. So this is the illustration sa push customer or the push supply chain. So diri gikan siyang supplier to manufacturer, distributor, retailer, and to the customers. So, ang iyang aim ragid is to optimize the production process for cost and efficiency. Ang push supply chain man gyud is, like for example, the manufacturing company have developed an innovative product. So, kato nga innovative products nga iyahang na-develop is i-push gid niya sa market gyud, and mag-identify siya mga target nga customers niya. And then diri pud sa full supply chain is ang iyang aim ra is to enhance or improve ang product and service quality. So gikan sa customer padulong sa supplier. So iyang flow is, like for example na siya information nga nakuha, negative and positive impacts, feedback. So like for example na siya negative nga na nakuha nga information. So dito na dayon mosulod ang pag-enhance niya sa product and services nila. Kay diri nagasulod ang value sa customers. Full supply chain is gi-emphasize niya ang value sa ilang mga customers.
Good morning, everyone. For the continuation of our discussion, I have the topic identify the main elements of supply chain management and the relationship to the value chain and to the value network. There are 4 elements of supply chain management. These are integration, operation, purchasing, and distribution. When we say integration, it's the action or a process of integrating to produce a whole or a larger unit. Operation is the work of managing the inner working of your business so it runs as efficient as possible. In purchasing is the process used to acquire goods and services and to ensure timely delivery of materials as well from customer. Distribution, it's the process of delivering products to the customers. Value chain. Value chain, a model that considers how supply chain activities can add value to products and services delivered to the customer. Value chain is like a process how to make the product and also how to meet the satisfaction of customers with the least possible cost. There are 5 components of value chain: the inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing, sales, and services. So these 5 components is to create value that exceeds the cost of conducting of the activity to generate a higher profit. Value chain networks, also called external value chain, the link between an organization and its strategic and non-strategic partners that form its external value chain. When you say value network, it allows people to buy and sell products as well as share information, and that can benefit to the entire group or the organization. So the relationship of the value chain and value network to the supply chain management are they are both related to process. The relationship is to operate efficiently and competitively. Thank you.
Using digital business to restructure the supply chain. Using digital communication to improve supply chain efficiency is depend on effectiveness of exchange of sharing of information. The main challenges is achieving standardized data formats and data exchange. That's why information supply chain suggested that an information-centric view of supply chain can address the organizational and technological enable to supply chain management run efficiency and effectiveness. It could help the transactional information flow and contextual information flow. The transactional information flow that allow coordinating the physical demand and supply chain, such as demand signal, forecast, orders, notification, or invoice. The contextual information flow, it ensures that retailers and manufacturers interpret the data in the same way. In order to address it, it could use these technologies. such as EDI, Communication Protocol for exchanging documents among computers. XML enables sophisticated one-to-many transfers, such as requests for orders being transmitted to potential suppliers. Middleware integrate or translate request external system so they understood by internal system. Manual ordering emails or web portals. That way, IS supported upstream supply chain management, especially the procurement, and IS support downstream supply chain management, especially the outbound logistics. Using digital business to restructure the supply chain can increase the efficiency of individual process. The procurement will be fastened, the cycle time, and lower cost per order. It reduces complexity of supply chain, which means reduced cost channel distribution, improve data integration between elements of supply chain, reduce cost of paper processing, reduce cost of outsourcing, which means lower cost through price competition and reduce spend of manufacturing capacity and holding capacity, and innovation, be more flexible and more diverse of products. It could lead to better customer responsiveness, which means the development of supply chain management could be our just-in-time production, method of inventory of cost management, seek eliminate excess inventory, lean production, set of production methods and tools, focuses on elimination of waste throughout the customer's value chain, not just in inventory, supply chain simplification, process of standardization through use of technology. The development of SCM, it could be adaptive supply chain, reducing centralization, creating regional or product-based supply chain, sustainable supply chain, considering social and ecological interested, using most efficient environmental means of production, distribution, logistics, collaborate, uses of technologies, moves focus on transactional relationships among supply participants.
Options for restructuring the supply chain. As part of strategy definition for digital businesses, managers will consider how the structure of the supply chain can be modified. These are mainly choices that have existed for many years, but internet technology provides a more efficient enabler and lower cost communications. Supply chain management options can be viewed as a continuum between internal control, vertical integration, and external control through outsourcing, virtual integration. Hayes and Wheelwright provided a useful framework that summarizes choices for an organization's vertical integration strategy. The three main decisions are the direction of any expansion. Should the company aim to direct ownership at the upstream or downstream supply chain? The pharmaceutical companies referred to above have decided to buy into the downstream part of the supply network, meaning the downstream vertical integration. This is sometimes referred to as an offensive strategic move, since it enables the company to increase its power with respect to customers. Alternatively, if the pharmaceuticals company purchased other research labs, this would be upstream directed vertical integration, which is strategically defensive. Second one, the extent of vertical integration. How far should the company take downstream or upstream vertical integration? Originally, car manufacturers had a high degree of vertical integration, but more recently they have moved from a wide process span to a narrow process span. And the third one is the balance amongst the vertically integrated stages. To what extent does each stage of the supply chain focus on supporting the immediate supply chain? For example, if a supplier to a manufacturer also produces components for other industries, this would be an unbalanced situation. Here is the table of the characteristics of vertical integration, vertical disintegration, and virtual integration.
So we are now in supply chain management's implementation. So since supply chain is a complex system to manage, so we will expect difficulties in implementing this. For example, is data standardization and exchange. In data exchange, there could be difficulties in exchanging information because, for example, kung incompatible ang system, so dili gyud na sila mag-exchange of information, and it could affect the supply chain of the company and could cause loss to the company also. And in data standardization, for example, if the system is designed to track multiple products, so ang standardization niya is maapektuhan jud kay lisod ba i-track kung daghan na kaayo. And the supply chain management strategies. So this only shows the strategies of supply chain for improvement in the next slide, which is the figure 6.5. So this strategy only focuses on its speed and scope. So, for example, kanilang process improvement. Process improvement is limited and short-term. Example is katong problem atong exchange of information. So, kung naay problema sa exchange of information, atagan to natog improvement. So, dito na ta mag-focus. So, kadto siya nga improvement is limited because dito ra ganito nag-focus and isa ra siya kabok. So, isa individual process ra siya. O kadto man o gamay ra man siya short term na punto siya sa iyang change speed o sa change scope is individual process and or limited. Next is the goal setting and performance management for ESCM. So basically these are just the measurement to manage ESCM effectively. So kamo na basa kay mahut na akong time. Managing partnership. Pasabot lang ani is we have to know our label between partners. So, for example, supplier and distributor, dapat kabalo mo sa relasyon ninyo sag-usa. Managing global distribution. So, according to Arnold, na model ni mga action that the manufacturer should take. First is to select distributors, look for distributors, treat the local distributor as long-term partners, support market entry by committing money, managers, and proven marketing ideas. From the start, maintaining control over marketing strategy, make sure distributors provide you with detailed market and financial performance, and 7, build link among national distributors at the earliest opportunity.